Okay. Looks like everything is up and ready. Good. Oh, this thing is being live streamed. Hello out there. I don't know where you are in the world right now. Thank you very much if you are watching or listening to this. My name is Zachary Shiloh or Zachary Shiloh Watts, depending on the preference. I am the host of a Flowtastic Zone or podcast called Black Lions Airspace. And what you are listening to or watching right now is called Universal Grounding and Black Lions Domain, or Black Lions Domain for short. All right, so today's guest has been a long time in the making. It's his idea that he returned. I was eventually going to have him on maybe after January, but we shall divulge on different things. So multiple times published author, a co-publisher of a certain book that contains Zachary Shiloh's fifth Black Lions Roar. Technically, that should have been out by the way. What else? Friend, introvert, husband, much, much more. Hello, David Vine. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Zach.
Okay. Thanks a lot. All right. So the last time you came on my show, we actually were in a book called They Are Magic. And from that point forward, you actually had another book called Ascension, which was ran by our dear friend Janet Brent. Hi, Jan, love, if you're watching or listening to this.
Hello,
What else has been going on with you that I know of? You've had other books like Samantha Johansson and others. So let's see, where shall we start? Oh, speaking of people that you've been featured by, there's one Nancy Mae Simpson. Hello, Nancy. You're getting ready to come on this thing eventually too, hon. I can feel you in the essence. You're about like maybe what's today, the third here in America. So you said sometime after the 15th. So you got over 13 days. I'll get you a date eventually. Speaking of that, which
is Nancy
one other person to address. Hi, Mayoko Fukino Mayhill Chan. I actually am timing you now, hon. You still got 13 days. No, not 13 days. You got 10. You got 10 days, Mayu-chan from Japan. You got 10 days to get Majestic Moments back up and roaring. Yes, you do. So, Mayu, you agreed to come on my show last time. This time around, you're gonna get Majestic Moments back up and roaring. Okay, so Nancy Mae, our dear Canadian hun, she's featured you twice already. So what's the experience with her?
The experience with Nancy was very, I would like to say, therapeutic. And
all right, continue.
the reason why I say therapeutic because the type, because she's that sort of person that actually I'm not just saying that just because she listens or anything, but she draws you in with her wisdom and her friendliness. I love her in that way. So
Aww.
thank you, Nancy, if you're watching. You've been a beacon of hope throughout the time when I was felt down, when I was highly anxious, depressed, everything. So that was a bit of a time in my life that I kind of like felt like life was against me, and I'm slowly coming out of that rabbit hole now.
Well, that's good to hear. And I actually did talk to Nancy Mae Simpson. You actually recommended her. I said, okay, I'll go talk to her. So we talked for a bit, and then I went on her show, Social Commerce, and eventually that baby's coming out. So again, thank you for the recommendation, and thank you, Nancy, for hosting your show and having me on. I appreciate
I
it.
haven't seen that interview yet, so I'll probably gonna have to look at that interview sometime.
Oh, she's actually in the wings. She's busy. You know how she can be. So I'm still waiting for that baby to come out. Until then, I'm still gonna dog her to get on my show eventually. So
Okay.
she had to reboot or reschedule because something happened, and I'm not gonna go prying into that woman's business. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, so what else has happened to you since? Oh yeah. You spoke of depression. A certain somebody, I'm not gonna name any names. I've been talking to. She actually was telling me, "Oh, why don't you go check on David?" I said, oh, "Okay, I will." So I actually did check on you, and at times I felt like mm, you did not want to listen to me at all. You were so in a heavy funk and whatnot. I said, "Okay, I'll leave you alone for a while." And then you came around and you wanted me in what's this crazy thing that we're calling? Oh, igniting the passion.
Yep. That's coming out. Yes.
Okay,
That's
let's
coming
talk
out soon.
about
Yes. So look out for
let's
that.
talk about that, baby. All right,
Um,
so
I'll tell a little bit about that now. It first started a good couple of years ago, actually. I met this wonderful person on Facebook. Her name's Jane Marr. And I don't know what it was that actually made me talk to her. There was I randomly accepted her on Facebook. We developed a bit of a conversation, we developed a bit of a relationship, and then it came into fruition that, hey, we're both business owners here, and let's co-create a book, or let's co-author a book. And that's how the journey very first started there. And in the beginning, we did not have a title for it at all.
I know.
We did not have a title for it at all. And so it's, you know how they say life gets in the way of a lot of things.
Mhm.
And sometimes projects can go a little bit longer than they should.
Got that.
But it's all because of like I said, life gets in the way of a lot of things here. So which is why we become like bouncing back and forward through our own ups and downs. And we are starting to come to the other end now, in other words, where this book is about to come out. And throughout the process, we thought to ourselves, okay, we're writing a book here on collaborations. We're writing a book on co-creating. Why don't we invite people in? Why don't we open the world a little bit? Because that's what we're doing here. We are co-creating. We are collaborating. So that's how it very first started. So we actually got into the idea of let's ask some of the people around here. In other words, some of our business friends, some of our colleagues, some of our other entrepreneur friends. And Jay found 3, I found 3. And it's now coming into fruition with that, where the idea of it is to like ask questions in the form of kind of like an interview, if you think about it. So that's how it's coming together. No, it's not kind of like your standard contribute a chapter to a book. We're going to flip it a little bit. In other words, hey, let's ask these entrepreneurs questions about their life. Let's ask these entrepreneurs about what sort of things that they're doing within their own business. Let's ask them what are their opportunities in co-creating? And here we are now. We're about to the three lovely people that I found was yours presence, Zachary Shiloh,
Thank you.
and the other one was a bit more closer to the home here in Australia. We have Trish Springsteen, a good personal friend of mine through some of my own business networks. And I've known Trish for a couple of years now. And believe it or not, she's actually one of my forward authors for another book that I've done. And that's going to be released early next year sometime.
Oh boy.
And that book is called Tech Guide for the Over 50s. So this is kind of like my own book. No co-authors whatsoever. It is strictly content. And that's what Trish is doing. She's being the forward author for this book of mine. And I'm envisioning around about February, March next year for it to be released. And like I said, this is completely my own work in no co-author whatsoever. And it's going to be released on Amazon next year.
Oh wow.
And the other person is another good friend of mine. Her name's Terry Tonkin. Can I show you pictures here, things here over this tonight?
You can show it if we're actually live streaming. Why not?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not? So this kind of like gives me a bit of a flashback to many years ago when I very first started getting into the world of writing. Many years ago, this is the book that got me bitten by the writing bug, the first place. So because I saw the opportunity to co-author a book, I never thought ever one day that I would see myself as a writer. Never. But here I am now. I saw the opportunity, and hence Business Warriors was born. Taking care of working women in the 21st century.
So,
that book was released back in
before the epidemic.
I think it was 2019, I believe.
I was right, before the epidemic.
2019 it was. That was released 2019, and that's how I met Terry, because she is one of the other co-authors in this book. And I could probably, I'd have to do it's in the book somewhere, I know that. No, we're all in there. We're all in there.
All right.
I won't go looking through it at the moment, but it's definitely all in there, okay? But the good thing with this book, we all had our own individualized covers. So this was my book with this one with my face on. So Terry has her book of this book, but with her face on.
All right.
So instead of Business Warriors with David Vine, it's Business Warriors with Terry Tonkin. Okay, so like I said, back then we all had our own individualized covers and all that, and to buy it, as in the soft cover, the paperback is actually $29.95 Australian dollars. This is Australian dollars here, and it's also on Amazon, ready to be bought right now if you wanted to buy that.
Oh wow!
If you wanted to buy the like Kindle version, so like I saw there on my Amazon account through, the My Author Central thing on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there. You'll find it. So they're the three people that I found. Zachary, Trish brings
Me. Okay, so
and Terry
he's got
Thompson.
me, Terry, and Trish. J Ma
Yeah.
has Munya Dongo, Abby Young, and Cheryl
Dongo,
Zhang.
Munya Dongo.
Yeah, Munya Dongo, Cheryl Zhang, Abby Young. Those are
Yes,
J Ma's.
that is correct. Yes, and when Jay comes on, when you interview Jay, she'll probably tell you about hers as well. So,
Yep. So that will be next week. Exactly, kids. We're having vegan brunch together, me and her. So
exactly. Yeah, so,
that's
like
why
I
she's
said,
saying.
this book for igniting the passion will be coming out January next year.
Oh, yes, it will. And that's been quite a struggle. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been by my opinion, I've made this known in my show. I've made this known to you. I've made this known to J-Ma and everybody else. In my opinion, that baby should have been out by now. It should have been out by now. And if not out by now, it should have been out exactly in the same week as Magical Miracles, in my opinion.
Well,
But I
had a lot of personal issues and struggles, like I was talking to you about before. Like I won't go into it too much, but Jay will probably elaborate on her side when you talk to her next week.
Oh, I already know about that. I already know about that because you made that known in private. And again, I've already done episodes regarding it, but I will say it out loud public. For J Ma and her family, my condolences still go to you about your husband. And we shall have a great vegan brunch next week. So, all right, what got me into igniting the passion? I was in the process of, I believe, letters of love to. I was writing my letter at the time, and I believe you just pinged me one day randomly. I don't remember what month it was. I think it was either June or July, something like that. And you were saying to me, okay, I noticed that you're doing your thing with Mel. Great job, by the way. Would you like to be part of this book that I'm doing? I said, that sounds interesting. What you got in mind? Oh, I'm doing this thing with J Ma. It's about entrepreneurs. There's randomly about like 6 of you, and it's more so of an interview than a actual chapter writing. How would you feel about that? I said, okay, why not? And lo and behold, I gave it the proper title of Black Lions Roar 5, and I laugh at it right now because of where we're going. Magical Miracles is out next week, containing the Black Lions Roar 6, the 6th one. And that's officially my 5th release, but I'm not complaining completely because the 7 Black Lions Roars are together. So I'm not completely mad about that. Now it's about the scheduling of it that more so got me heated than anything else. And me trying to pick
I've got to ask you a question. I've got a question for that. Are you joining Blair's next one for next year?
I've made this known time again. All right, here we go. If Blair Hayes, the beloved, the almighty Blairkins, as I call her, is doing a certain book called Leaders, yes, I will. I already have my chapter in the wings, already written it out. The word limit is the 2,500 that she always looks for. It's already ready. However, if it's a certain book that she's doing, I think she's calling it something like Dreams and Blarkins. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm not in it. I'm not in it.
I am.
Oh, congratulations. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. So we'll talk about that right now. All right. So I'll name her. Oh, why not? All right. So I was talking to Blair about you because I was trying to get you about igniting the passion. I was concerned not only about the book, but I was concerned about you. And I felt like you were ghosting me. You were ignoring me for a while. And I said, Blarkins, I'm trying to get in touch with one David Vine. He's kind of irking me right now. I'm concerned about him on multidimensional fronts. You have more contact with him than I do. What's going on? And she said,
I think that might have been happening during around about the time I was during my dark period of depression.
yeah, that's what she was saying to me. All right, so here's Blair's reply for the kids out there. All right, so David's going through some stuff right now, and he and I were talking via phone call or whatever, and we did talk about you. We did talk about you and how much we love you and respect you. Da, 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 da. And I said, Blairkins, as much as I love David, as much as I love you, why didn't he contact me directly? I was good. I actually did say it like that. And,
Nothing to do with you, Dad. It's nothing to do with you.
I know, but still, I was looking for you. I didn't want to have to go through Blair.
You didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was actually asking Blair for you, and I wanted to talk to you directly. And that's what got me heated more than anything else. That the fact that you and I, we are more so introverted than the Blurkins. Yeah, sure, she's introverted in her own right. I know her very, very well. Yeah. But she's more extroverted. Me and her were more so ambivert, but we're more so introverted, respectfully. But I was looking for you not just for igniting the passion. I know how you could be. I know how you could be more than anybody else that's not named Veronica Sanchez Doravias or Melissa DeVoe, who I actually slaughtered her last name, and I still laugh at to this day that I called her Millie Dusselvox. Millie Dusselvox. Her last name is DeVoe. And again, I'll keep on saying this until the cows don't murr, the chickens don't and animals don't do whatever they do. I'm sorry, Melly DeVoe. I'm sorry, my gorgeous Australian hunt, for slaughtering your last name and calling you Dusselvox. I'm sorry. I heard your last name and I still say it properly now. And I have been for, I say, almost 3 months. So kudos to me. All right. As far as you are concerned, Dave, yes, I still love you. I still respect you. But, oh God, this has been quite a ride, igniting the passion. Oh God.
Everything has. I would like to say 2021 has been a wild ride.
Oh, yes, it has. Oh, yes, it has. Oh God. I almost left the book. I'm not naming any names. I'm not naming any names that are involved in the book. There is one person that wrote the foreword, and you're not to spoil it. You're not to spoil it. There's a foreword writer. I'm not saying her name. I've talked to her, and if she wasn't involved in this book because of how I was feeling at the time, I would have left Igniting the Passion if I didn't think that there was going to be a release. But I believed wholly that there would be a release. I didn't know where, I didn't know when, but something was telling me stay with it. Something was telling me to stay with it. I was, again, this is my opinion. And this is kind of a tease into my chapter. So I actually have this little funny thing where I actually did, right, disclaimer for a question that he asked. Asked me directly. So I said, disclaimer, this is Zachary Shiloh or Zachary Shiloh Watts' opinion. This is not got anything to do with David Vine or J Ma. This is strictly me. Don't go after them Don't bother them. This is my opinion. And then I just lay out the answer, what it was. But please, kids out there, buy the book. You're going to have a good laugh at my chapter. I actually do lay out in parts like who the actual forward writer is and how that person has helped me out at times. I didn't want to come out and say it bluntly, like in one of the very first questions. I wanted to, but I said, you know what? Let's lengthen it. Let's do something different and see if people will actually catch on right away. And I don't think people will right away because I don't get to who it is until like maybe I say maybe the last 5 questions, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But I progress. All right, so somewhere along the lines with igniting the passion, there was another book that you did with 2 Martesian girls. And I'm noticing you 3. I'm noticing you 3. I didn't make this known in public. I actually said that there was a book cast that kind of irked me a bit. And I did do my best to not say any names. But I can say it publicly now. You, Lovena, and Palaby got me heated. I actually noticed your book called Transformation. And yes, sure, there was problems. Misha Barnett, I will say that more so than anything else. However, I was irked more so following after. Why in God's name didn't you people actually promote that book at all?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you. Why didn't you, Pallavi, Lovena, Yvonne Vaughn, Yvonne Vaughn, Misha Barnett, and the rest of your cast not promote Transformation?
Yeah, there was a couple of formatting issues with the book, and I know what you're trying to say though. And it was even now good friend Melly Love here that you're talking about as well. No, she actually said that she bought the book, and I can't read it properly. Like no, that wasn't a fault on our part. It was a fault kind of like on the publisher's part. In other words, it wasn't showing properly. In other words, I've tried to speak to her, and it kind of like it's a bit hard. I can't really show it, and you know.
Okay, no need to go further. All right, so
and that's the reason why we kind of like went a bit funny with the promotion of it, because you can't really promote a book if it's not out there properly.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not done properly in the first place. There was I've done a lot up to it. You know, in terms of interviews with our good friend Nancy May.
Mm-hmm.
I even done a couple of other interviews as well. There was you probably might have seen them on my Facebook page as well. And there was with there was Tonya Blackman, beautiful lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she actually pinged me or something. I don't know.
Sorry?
I think either you or her, one of you two, pinged me in something, and I said, okay.
Like I said, there was an interview with Tonya Blackman. Like I said, beautiful person. Had that done. That was a success with that interview. And the other one was just quickly checking mail.
All right, as you're looking for that, I'll talk. All right, so Transformation came out almost 2 months ago on the 20th of October. And I bought the book. I know the almighty Blurkins bought it. Melly DeVoe bought it, or Melly Love. Thank you for reminding me her nickname. And Veronica Sanchez de Rava. Yes, we were all noticing the book, and I said, "Oh, that's not good." And some odd days later, I'm noticing that you all did not promote it at all, even with it quote unquote being fixed. I thought you would have been out there trying to promote it, but no, no, you did not.
You're well, like I said, it was the formatting issue. It was no, how can you promote something if it wasn't done properly in the first place? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I even tried a little bit of it, but it's just it wasn't. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. You know, we all make mistakes. And I like to chalk it up to an experience. In other words, we're all writers here. We're all self-published authors here, right? In other words, like some of the books that we get involved in, they're we might have some beautiful experiences. We might have some good experiences. We'll have outstanding experiences, and sometimes you probably might get an experience that doesn't, you know, like I am, of course, I do love being in the book, and the book is still out there to buy right now. So here you go. This is a little bit of promotion right now. Transformation and Being Human on Amazon. Go out there, get your copy right now.
Please support them, even though they're not going #1. Please support them.
Yeah.
Oh God, I actually was home the day of the actual release. I actually was gonna get out there and promote with you all.
I know you will.
I knew.
Which reminds me, 2 weeks' time. This was kind of a shock to me. No, this was kind of like, I'm going to say it right now. No, it's like this was kind of like this threw me off course. I met this lady, right, on our journey of being a self-published author, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw this opportunity of well, it's not so much. It was through a connection, through another connection, through another connection. You know, like how connections always marry each other up in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how you can find people just through connections.
I agree.
And this one, her name's Carolyn Street. I want to say, hello, Carolyn. Thank you for this opportunity. I saw you needed someone to jump in straight away. I jumped in straight away. I didn't have to pay anything for this.
Oh wow! Why does it sound familiar?
I didn't have to pay anything, and here I am now in a book that's about to be released within 2 weeks from today. Actually not. I wouldn't exactly even say 2 weeks. 14th of December.
11 days my time.
11 days your time. And it's called Authenticity and Us. Okay. So this kind of like threw me off course and just said, David, can you write 700 words? I need it for my book. So I wrote it up within 1 day, sent it off, headshot, everything gone, just like that.
Oh, wow.
So it didn't take me long at all just to get 700 words up. And here I've got another book coming out within 11 days. Anxiety and Us, coming out 14th of December.
Okay, kids out there, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Support our dear plus size friends.
Yeah.
Please.
When I say authenticity and us, those what do you define as being authentic? Authentic can mean anything to anyone.
Mhm.
Authenticity can mean like being vulnerable,
Right.
and that's what I wrote. That's what I actually wrote about. No, I was actually being vulnerable in my 700 words. In other words, I kind of like summed up a couple of my experiences within the past couple of months of being depressed and everything.
Oh boy.
What?
I said, oh boy.
Yeah, I know, I know. And it's allowed me, no, it's the last few months, right, during my actual journey of being highly anxious, depressed. In other words, I felt like the world was caving in on me. No, I just didn't know what to do. No, it's like it even got to the point of me I didn't even want to leave the house because I was that scared of leaving the house because of everything that was going on in the world. And like I said, I've come. It's kind of like pivoted myself a little bit. You know, you can actually see I kind of like had a bit of a what you call like a midlife crisis, so to speak, something like that.
Oh God.
And which is kind of like, as I had days on end, I was days on end where I felt like I was that low and didn't want to do anything. And even the thought of leaving the house, I was crying. No, it's even one day, this was a few months ago, actually, I think I might even said to you this once before, Zach.
Oh, you did. That's why I went.
There was one time that I went out, tried going out by myself a good fair few months ago, and I just broke down in public. I literally broke down. And like I spoke about this a couple of times, with some of the other interviews that I've done over the past
Including Nancy.
Like
Nancy.
Here we are with Nancy again, yeah. And like I said, talking to Nancy, not just talking to Nancy, I've talked to a few different people actually. In other words, it's allowed me to be vulnerable. It's allowed me to open up. It's allowed me to be a whole new person. And I've written some of that in this new authenticity that's coming out. I probably will elaborate more on other potential books down the track, of course. You know how it is. Like whenever you see an opportunity, you have to share your story.
That's true.
That's what it's all about. No, you see it all the time, Zach. No, it's like all the books that you've been involved in. Tell me the truth now. I think you probably shared your story at least 6 or 7 times now.
Oh, when we actually hit January 21st, that will be 7. That will be 7. Technically, the book that supposed to had come out after hours, old friend, you and me, that book slated for December 7th, 4 days from now.
Magical Miracles. You talking about Magical Miracles?
Correct. All right. So hint at my chapter, kids. I actually wrote it from a alternate universe in a sense. However, it was more so a future where I'm already 40 and what I wanted, I've already made happen. I couldn't do it from the perspective of the present day me because I was already going through some changes. And Igniting the Passion was one of them. I'll remind you, Igniting the Passion was one of them. So I said, okay, I am doing this book for Blair. I need to actually get it done. I have other things to take care of. So I'm remembering my dear friend, the Polish, who's getting ready to actually take care of some other business. And I say, hello, Polish love, if you're listening or watching this. Hope all is well. So I'm writing that. I'm writing Rebel Romance or finishing both. And I'm wrapping up Igniting the Passion. So I'm kind of hinting or using all three as a bridge. Five to start promoting for six, and then six to tease seven. So I said, all right, let's do this. So I'm teasing certain people in five, who I think I mentioned again in six, and then the seven. And I'm loving it along the way. And Igniting the Passion, I gotta admit to you, I kind of got brain farted for a while. I could not do it. And it's not for the lack of time and whatnot. It's like a lack of promotion. And again, I said it in the group that it's not completely you and Jay Ma's fault. I will say that publicly. I should have been a little bit harder on both of you, especially you, but I said, you know what? I leave it in their hands. I leave it in their hands because they'll get it out when it's supposed to be out. And I'm thinking I'm going to be a 6 times best-selling author by the end of the year. I believed that it was going to be out before Magical Miracles, if there was going to be a Magical Miracles or whatever. I believe that this book was proper, meaning Igniting the Passion, for the Black Lions Roar 5. I've already did 4 straight where I've already talked about my own health and whatever else. 5 was a midpoint where I could just be interviewed. I said, why not? Why not?
You could probably see it as an interlude.
Yeah. I've already done 2 letters. I've already done an ascension. I've already talked about my relationship with the internet. 5, why not go for something different? And that's why I actually did go for Igniting the Passion. And again, thank you for including me. I truly appreciate it.
Yep.
So interview-wise, I was reading the questionnaire and I kind of was trying to make it out the best I could. However, I did it and I said, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have a lot to say. But then things started to come better. And 6 and 7, Magical Miracles and Rebel Romance, I joined them almost right away after talks with Jan and Blair, respectively. And my writing style, which I called it Wildfire, became Inferno because of a certain Polish love. And I got those 2 babies out, and then I felt inspired, and I finished off my chapter for Igniting the Passion Thinkers. And then you showed me, the cover, and I said, "Oh, okay." Yep. I do not regret leaving. I do not regret.
I will make you aware. Those images that you see now in that group, you can use them for your social media right now.
Oh, I plan on doing so. After Magical Miracles, that is next on the promotion list, and I'm not giving up on that. So there came a point, and we've been talking about Igniting the Passion a lot, and this is the rightful episode to do so. So you called us all in. You called us all in, me, Trish, what's this? Terry, Abby, Munya, and Cheryl with Jay in the wings. And you introduced us to the forward writer. Don't say her name. I'm actually keeping that a mystery for the audience. And other potential clients, quote unquote. So
you have me intrigued.
yeah, that intro, I said, I'm gonna read this. This is gonna be great things.
Yeah.
I'm playing it off like I don't
I'm
know.
going to interrogate you after this, why?
Yeah, we're not talking about the mystery writer. We know who it is. Let there be some mystery. So you brought us all in before the mystery writer, and you made an announcement. Okay, we're gonna start doing more with this. Yeah. And you said within 24 hours there was gonna be an announcement. And I said, uh-oh, hopefully we're gonna get some info. But then nearly 2 days later, I said, uh-oh, I gotta speak up now. I gave as much as I could give. I've had about enough of waiting. So I tried to be nice about it. Thank God I did. Thank God I did.
Yeah.
I said, all right.
We all love you, Zach.
Yeah, I said, all right. I love you humbly. I respected you. I gave you the title, The Black Lions Roar 5. I believed that this book would be out before the end of the year. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not letting you get away with this. So what's going on here? Is there any progress at all? And
can I say something, Zach?
I'm getting to that point. All right, so I said, is there any progress? And then within mere hours, because I had to roar about it, you and J Ma came out with January 16th. I said, that's what happens. I should have done that a long time ago, and maybe the book would have been out by now. So I'm not completely mad. I'm laughing at it. So all right, have at it, Dave. What's up?
Like what I was saying though, see this as an opportunity to what's that word, to build the anticipation.
Yeah, build the hype. Come on.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, build the hype, build the anticipation. So in other words, when this book comes out, we just want to wow everyone.
Mm-hmm. And I've made my intentions known on this podcast, in other posts. I believe I made it known on social media posts. Don't quote me, because I know for certain I did it on this podcast. I'm not giving up. I want that baby number one. I am getting ready to get to my Polish love. I want that thing number one. I want my 6th bestseller. And I made a post on social media, more so Facebook than Twitter, where I talked about my authorships, why they're so important. A certain somebody asked me, Zach, why are these authorships so important to you? You talk about them a lot. And I said something along the lines of this. I had a taste of one. I had an adrenaline rush. I wanted more. Another thing I said was that these bestsellerships define a near 2-year journey. The Black Lions Roar, the original, I think about it as how I started it on March 30th, 2020, just as the epidemic was hitting. And people wanted to hear my story, how I lost weight now. And I would procrastinate with it time and again. How I really just wanted that baby out, but for some odd reason, I just couldn't do it. And then I've talked about it multiple times how Blair Hayes came around. I talked to her in Black Lions Domain, which you're watching or listening to now, and just earned my slot in their magic. I didn't trust anybody else. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust anyone except for Blair, because the Blairkins, this is before I started calling them Blairkins. Blair, she was already established, multiple fronts, not just as a writer. And if anybody was going to get my story out, I said, you know what? Put my hands in hers. And when that road to their magic was building, I could feel it. I could feel it. The proudness to truly be a published author.
Yeah.
Learning the do's and don'ts of bestsellers, whatever. And then the day They Are Magic hit, I believe I did get on my knees and cry, because all my blood, all my sweat, all my tears for nearly a year combined came to fruition. And I always say that's openly and humbly. Thank you, Blair, for actually featuring my story. And especially because the Black Lion's Roar is the last chapter. That still boggles me. That still makes me jazz out to this day that the very first book I ever was in was the final chapter. I thought the Black Lion's Roar original was gonna open the book. I seriously thought so. I didn't even think maybe if it was a opener, then it would be like midpoint. But then Tammy Lambrow, I keep on repeating the story because I love it. Tammy Lambrow actually did chime in and thought I was gonna go first because I was the first male in the Magic series overall. Why not start off with Zachary Shiloh? That's what I think she was thinking. And I did chime in with this. Blarkins, is it a certain roar? And she said, no, but congratulations, you're last. And then I still jazz out and laugh every single time at that response. Like, thank you very much. That means a lot. And then after that, it just grew. Like, all these opportunities came in. The same day that the actual They Are Magic went #1 was the day that Blair announced Letters of Magic. I saw that as an opportunity to write with her most tenured or honored writer by the name of Jennifer Kirsch. But unfortunately, life had other plans. And I don't like when people are in pain. I seriously don't. And Jennifer Kirsch, she was in a form of pain called cancer. And thank goodness, she's liberated from it. So my chapter in that was dedicated to her, and I still laugh at the process of writing my chapter, and it was absolutely fun. And then I joined Jan Brent for Ascension 3. No, 2, excuse me. The 3rd is coming eventually, and Jan will keep me involved because I still gotta write Flotastic Adventure Part 2. That will be a 2-part series. That's it. After that, if there's an Ascension 4 or whatever, I'm not coming back. I got other things to do. The 5th is with you and Jama. The 6th is with Blair. The 7th is with Jan and Sandra Stockowitz again. And it amazes me how I've come full circle in less than a year of They Are Magic. Funny, when you announce that Igniting the Passion was coming out January, not June, January 16th, it didn't hit about the 6th. I really was thinking about They Are Magic, and I said, interesting. Do you know what January 16th signifies, David?
No, I don't actually.
You get ready to have your jaw drop. I was talking to Blair about it. and a Jamie Valeka Arner who's getting ready to return someday. I said, oh, okay. I see the significance now. So their Magic was released February 16th earlier this year. Kids out there, 1 month before that 1 year anniversary, say hello to the collaboration of me and David Vine and other people. So 1 month before their Magic turns 1 years old, I go 6 times bestseller.
Yeah.
Yeah, with you and the others. And I don't know, I believe I'm the only American. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm the only American in the book? Igniting the Passion?
No, Jay's in America.
Oh, meaning beyond J, meaning the actual 6 that you both combined with. Am I the only American that's not the mystery writer for the forward? I know Munya Dongo, he's in Africa, Zimbabwe. Terry and Trish are down in your neck of the woods, Australia. Abby Young, I don't know. Oh, Cheryl Zhang. Okay, Cheryl Zhang. I'm not the only American. Now remember, because I've been talking to Cheryl Zhang on and off. Me and her live in America.
She's in Canada.
Oh, she's in Canada. So yes, I'm the only American.
And I'm looking here. Abby is in Singapore.
Yeah, so I'm the only American. Wow. Okay, so 2 straight books. I'm the only American. Wow. Okay, so Melly DeVoe actually has the honor of saying that I'm the only American in that book. I'm not just the only male. I'm the only American. So this is kind of cool beans to find out on air. I thought Cheryl Zhang was actually in America, but
no, she's in Canada.
She's in Canada. Oh, Canada. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's actually cool. But the overall ride of this. Okay, back to the bestsellerships. I wanted to catch up to the Polish love. She came into my life just as Ascension, the book that you were in, came out. And we were talking and got to know each other better. And I kind of grew this crush on her. That's innocent. And Ascension 2 hits. I go for my 3rd, and lo and behold, that's half of what she asked. I said, oh, wow, this is cool. And I didn't know it, but I wanted to catch up to it. But this whole entire saga with Igniting the Passion and other books forthcoming showed me that I'm exceeding her. I wanted to be on the same level as her, but I exceeded her. When our book and Rebel Romance come out, respectively, within 5 days apart, by the way, I exceeded the Polish love, the unforgettable Polish love, as I call her in my chapter in Rebel Romance. And I'm in awe, seriously, that not even a full-fledged year, I exceeded somebody that's been established for, I'd say, almost like a year or 2. And Polish love, please correct me if I'm wrong. But when I found that out, everything that we've been through together, you and I, Blackens, the other people that I've actually talked to in the writing industry. Oh yeah, by the way, that's another reason. It shows my dedication to the writing industry. Not many people want to actually even bother with it. And this thing, if you're not watching, kids, I'm holding a pen. As I look at it, it's a tool. It's something that has always aided. It's gotten me through an epidemic. It's gotten me through hard times. It's brought me close to David Ovid. It's brought me to Blood. It's brought me to Melly Love, or Melly, the former Melly Distelbox, properly Melly DeVoe. It's brought me to my unforgettable host, Janet Burke, and several others who have guested on this show.
Believe me, Zach.
Hmm?
Believe me, Zach. I could probably introduce you to a whole pile of other people as well.
Oh, dude, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But after the 7 Black Lions roars are united, it's time for me to go solo. I can hear it even more now. I gotta go solo. So I'm putting my efforts into that. I already have my chapter for leaders. If Blair Hayes ever goes through with it, at the ready. I already am working on a letter for Melly DeVoe, if she actually ever does one that does not involve a certain topic that she's actually been talking about lately. Hint, hint, or tease. But I think Melly can actually let me slide with this. All right, so she's actually got a brand new book out revolving around pregnancy. And I'm promoting that right here and right now. So please support Melly DeVoe, kids out there. She's got a brand new book based around pregnancy. And I will return for a Letters of Love in the future where I know that it's more male friendly. Let's just leave it. Let's leave it at that. But I progress about my bestsellers and looking at this. How much power we have in this industry.
Yeah.
The writing industry is something to behold. Like I never in my wildest dreams, when I first took this or something like that, and I just journaled exactly 2 years and 2 years ago today, 2 years and a month ago today, on November 3rd. I never thought in my wildest dreams that it would lead me to becoming a 7 times best-selling author, ever. All I wanted to do was just write out my feelings, make it known to myself what my goals were, how I was going to get there eventually. But then it took a life of its own. Because I met you, because I met Blair, because I met Melly DeVoe and the Dark Quartz, the people that I never thought I'd even get a minute to sniff their head. It's amazing when I look at the legacy of the Black Lions domain in the past several months or year. It's been more so bestsellers than podcasters. It's been more so writers than anything else. And to that,
I bet you get a lot of people listening in, don't you?
I get my listeners wherever I get them, but majority of my audience, I'm shocked. One day I actually was just minding my own business and just checking stats and whatnot. And a good majority of my audience is female, women, women. I don't know if they're married or not, but whatever. I always say these words, thank you, girls, I appreciate it. Because it's the truth. Without the women, I wouldn't be where I am. And when I look at you, again, Larkins, the Dark Quartz team, and Melly DeVoe, I don't know if any other guy or person on the planet can say humbly that he's featured every single publisher that he's had, or person say they had every single publisher that they had. The only piece left missing now is J Ma. She'll be here next week. Me and her have set the date. It's exactly 1 week from now, 11 a.m. her time. And that's going to be fun. But I did not notice you, David, when I was actually talking to Melly DeVoe in this segment. I thought at the time that I already had Blair. I've already had Jan. I've already had Sandra Stockwitz and Melly. I said at that point in time, I've had on all of my publishers, but before Melly DeVoe showed up, you were on. You were on. So I'm laughing at myself as we're getting ready to wrap up now. I'm laughing at myself that I've had all of you on. And it still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
That
You look like you're about to cry, Zach.
oh yeah, I'm laughing so hard I could almost cry. But it's the truth. As we wrap this bad boy up, the legacy of being a writer. And I keep looking at this pen. The likes of not just all of you that I've named, but to think of what the seventh truly means. Not only is it a justification of dedication to the writing industry, not only does it get me closer or helps me really exceed a certain post. I can say this openly and proudly, that I am getting ready to tie with one of the greatest self-help teachers in the world. One of the greatest, named Marianne Williams. She has 13 books that she's released. Out of them, the magic number for bestsellers, 7. I didn't know this at all until I actually was talking to the Polish lady, or was thinking about her and myself and how Rebel Romance was our 7th. And then I remember talking about,
You know what you should do?
Why?
Create your own Wikipedia page about you.
Oh, I love you.
You know that's free domain, don't you? So you can actually create your own Wikipedia page for yourself.
Have you? Have
Not
you
yet,
done your own?
Not yet, but I will be.
Oh, God bless you, David. You absolutely are fun. Oh, God. But anyways, but that's the truth. I did look up Marianne Williams one day, randomly. I think Polish Love actually did work with her at some point. I looked her up and I said, okay, 13 written books overall. And then the number 7 popped up. I said, no way. No way. And then I did cry. I did cry. As I was holding the pen or thinking, like, how did I amass this quite so fast? And my Yoko Fukino Millie Hill, I know she's listening or watching. She probably would say, oh, it's because you're so passionate and you never stop. And that's right, I never stop. Yeah, sure, I stopped to reflect like I am as we're wrapping this up, as I keep on repeating. But I never really stopped writing. I never stopped. And I have you to thank for that to some degrees or not. But at the same point in time, I've noticed you regarding your own writings or whatnot. And this is why I'm stopping with number 7 and going solo, because it's consuming me to some degrees. I didn't say this online, but the writing, the co-authoring, it consumed me.
There's nothing wrong with sharing your story, Zach.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes. Yes. I'm not denying the power of the co-creations at all. But
Talking
now,
about sharing your story.
yeah. Yeah. As I actually have hinted at, these co-authorings made for a stronger Black Lions rule. The eighth, truly. And I could hear the Polish love saying, that's going to be your eighth. That's going to be your eighth. You need to go solo. I could hear other people say, I need to go solo because I've done it all. I actually did say this on the road to Letters of Love with Melly DeVoe. I said there came a point where I was sitting alone and I felt like Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great vanquished all of his foes. And then he sat on a rock and wept for himself, not knowing what his future. But I knew what I wanted for my future. And I could see Blair Hayes. I could see my dear friend, Dr. Miriam Nesbitt. I could see the Polish love. I could see so many other people, I think, who have come on my show in the last several months, especially I would say in the last 3. And they're all have or are working on solo books. And I've chimed in with how I watch movies or TV shows that a certain character went solo and they became successful. And now it's time to start wrapping this bad boy up because I'm sure you got to get to sleep. So, all right, the ending has changed because of Zoom and other thingies going on. David Vine, my dear friend, your hopes for the future are?
My hopes for the future?
Yes.
I would probably like to say, no, I wouldn't exactly say fame. I would more like to say, no, I just want to be known in my own industry. I want that respect. I want people to see me for who I am. I want that. I want that opportunity to change the world through the stories that I share, throughout the content that I create, through everything that I do. And I can definitely tell you right now, from January next year, yes, there are getting books released, but I'm taking the next logical step in my own journey as well. So big changes are coming for me.
Okay, that's great hopes. That's great hopes for the future. All right, if not now, within the next week to a month, can I bother you for 3 people you would recommend to join me in this set?
To join these podcasts?
Ding dong.
Well, don't forget, I want to get the whole Igniting the Passion team to be interviewed by you.
I'm making that happen. I'm trying to make it happen. All right. So right now, let me.
I want it to happen.
Okay.
And
so
to tell you now, I'm gonna be needing your services next year a lot. Next year, I'm gonna be needing you like hell.
Oh, okay. As far as Igniting the Passion is concerned, I believe J-Ma, like I said, she's definitely coming on next week. Trish Springsteen, she's slated for a December appearance. However, I need to get back in touch with her after a certain wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Trish.
What's Trish's?
I got no clue. I got no clue. I know that she's slated for December. I gotta get in touch with her or whatever.
Okay.
Abby, don't talk to her. Let me see. Cheryl Zhang, very busy hunt. Munyo Dungo, I'll try and get to him. Otherwise than that, uh, right now it's you, Jay, and Trish. Otherwise than that, the others are MIA until God knows if I
And,
actually
then, and there's Terry
Oh yeah,
Thompson.
and Terry. She's MIA too. All right, but
We'll get her on.
the mystery writer, I'll get her eventually. I'm
Yep.
not naming any names. I'm not saying any names. Buy the book, and I'll get the mystery writer to be interviewed. But anyways, I progress. The final piece. Oh yeah, before we actually hit the final piece. You said you're gonna need me next year as far as what interviews are concerned?
Interviews.
Oh boy. For collaborations that you're doing?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, and for you to promote your own solo stuff?
Something like that, yes.
Okay, so
It's not they're the best way to put it is yes, I've contributed to a lot of books over the years. Next year, I'm flipping it. So I'm organizing my own anthologies.
Oh wow. Okay, you need
my own, all my own. Like how Blair does it, like how all our friends do it.
Oh wow.
But the difference this time around is that I'm acting as the actual as an intermediary.
Oh,
So
all right.
it's where I'm the business where I work with the publisher.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in this process, I'll share you links after, Zachary, if I like. No, I'll put a call out for 3 different anthology books for next year.
Oh, so kids out there, keep your eyes out on David Vine. He's coming.
And your job, Zachary.
Yes, sir.
When I start getting these people in for these books, those that's coming in, I want you to interview everyone that comes through.
Every single person that you actually are working with.
Yes.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a lot of black owned names. And hopefully they will. So with that said, one goal, one name. Oh, wait a minute. Before that outro, what can you already said what I can do for you. You already said it. You want me to actually interview other people, so that's enough.
Yes. Like you said that you want people to interview. I'm bringing them to you.
Okay. Okay. So no need to ask me for me to ask you, what can Zachary Shiloh do for you going forward? No need to ask. Yeah. You want me to interview people, and that's good enough for you.
Thank you very much, Zach.
Okay. So with that said, one goal, one aim, one road, one focus, you crazy Huns out there, you beautiful, beautiful people. And that's called Lovins. Even if it sounded like I was venting, I love David Bine Holy. I love me some Jay Matsu, who's getting ready to come on for vegan brunch next week. I love everybody that's in our book and more. And I especially love the mystery writer. Again, don't ask me. Don't go barging on David Bine. And darn sure don't go bothering J Ma either. The mystery forward writer, she is coming. She's coming. I'm not naming any. They're not naming
any. In a good way?
In a good way. In a good way. Let's just say this person has connections to David, and we'll leave it at that. Let's have some mystery. Let's have some fun as we get into January 16th. and a little bit of
Okay.
mystery. Don't hurt anybody. One goal, one aim, one road, one focus, and that's lovins. And that's what this podcast is all about. I'm passionate about the people out in this house. I'm passionate about my writing, especially. And with that said, one more time, J-Ma, the other half of this equation called Igniting the Passion, is joining me next week. Trish Springsteen, another co-author in this, is coming in December. However, I gotta get her hiney and get about coming on truly because she's celebrating a certain wedding anniversary. And Trish Hahn, my beloved, I bow to you in respects and say congratulations on your over 40-year marriage. It's a blessing to see you and your husband together. And I believe it's going to be fun when you come on here. But that said,
can I name drop someone, please?
that's not the mystery writer for Igniting the Passion. Go ahead.
No, it's not the mystery writer for Igniting the Passion.
All right.
It's I'm kind of like doing this as a favor for another friend of mine, actually. Because she's a bit of a shy person, a little bit.
Okay.
I've made connections with another writer right here in Queensland, and like I said, she's a little shy. Well, I would like to say, to a point, she's shy, but also on the flip side, she's very forward with what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Lisa Thompson. Look it up. Look it up on Amazon. She has created a book series around Tommy the Farting Turtle.
Okay, I'll look that up. Why not? I'll look that up.
This is a children's book here.
Okay.
She's made 3 books. They've all been released this year. She's got another book coming out soon, a solo book based on her life story a little bit. And I kind of like done her a favor a little way. In other words, I wrote the foreword for her.
Oh, okay. That's great promotion. So Lisa Thompson, hello, hon. This is Zachary Shiloh or Zachary Shiloh Wise. I would love to talk to you, hon.
I'll get her to talk to you because this is what I mean. No, she is kind of shy a little bit, but on the flip side, she's very forward in what she does. In other words, she does everything she can to market herself.
Mm-hmm.
She always, but you know how it is, like with some writers, like sometimes it works for people, sometimes it don't. And
right on.
She's heavily doing what she does, but she never seems to get a break.
Well, that's why you're sending me her way in a sense.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, dude.
The 2 bonuses that's really came out of her book, and I mean the 2 bonuses. One, she sent her Tommy the Farting Turtle.
All right.
Straight to George Clooney.
Oh, wow.
Because apparently George Clooney's here in Australia at the moment filming a film.
Oh, wow.
So he's got a copy of Tommy the Farting Turtle.
Oh, that's cool beans. And now with that, all right, Dave, we're hitting the outro, finishing off the outro. We'll leave the information for the kids out there to go get in touch with Lisa and everything else. All right, with that said, thank you all for watching the live stream and going through the audio. We truly appreciate it. And I'll be back